Hey everyone. I've been busy doing readings this morning and sending out my reads and because it's the new moon energy and I needed to kind of get these done. And then when I looked down at my phone because I've been using them for the reading, it wasn't charged enough, so I just said, "You know what? That's okay. I'll just come onto my laptop and do it." So you're not going to see it unless you see me on, but you can catch it. But I have to talk about how powerful the readings were today. The readings were so powerful for everyone who got their reads. It was insane. It was crazy. Um, the messages that were coming through were just, I was like, damn, we are definitely on a different playing field. We're definitely on a different energy level. So, welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Priestess Makala, as well as Niana. So, I just wanted to talk about some things today. And if you notice, I have the title Hummingbird. Well, and I'll tell you why I have that. So, I did everybody's reads and I said, well, okay, let me, do my card pull for the new moon and take a picture of it so I have my information and I can sit down, do my journal on it, do my, my thing on it and everything. So I said, let me do that. So I turned my cards over, and then the first row was, um, it was all this message started off with the hummingbird. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Hold on, I have to turn this down. It started off with the hummingbirds. And I'm like, hmm. Then the next card I got, after I got that card, the animal card that I got was the hummingbird. And I was like, all right, there's something going on here. When things show up in twos or they show up in threes, it's all about there's something going on here. So when I went and looked it up, I did the Earth Warrior. Okay. And the particular medicine card that I got, I've never had it before. And I was like, well, what the heck is this? And it's number 28, I want to say Quinti, and it's called The Sweet Paradox of Empowering Grace. So I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This is the card. Look how pretty that is. Look at all the sacred geometry in that picture. Look how pretty the hummingbird is. Now, where I currently am living, there's a tree outside my window that hummingbirds love to come to. So soon it should start blossoming because this morning I was sneezing my head off. I was like, allergies in the season is coming. So soon there's going to be these pretty blossoms on the tree, and then the hummingbirds are going to be coming by constantly and showing themselves. So I love, love, love that. So here's the opening meaning of this. And it says, when the mind says no, but the heart leaps with joy, we are ripe for transmission of empowering grace. The sweet paradox is that the more impossible the situation appears to be, the more we are supported through grace, and our divine success manifests swift and complete. Let the faith of the heart overcome doubt. Allow your mind to be filled with wonder at the unlimited power of divine, and you shall bear witness to the sacred manifestation. So I'm sitting here saying to myself, ooh, that sounds really delicious to me. And it sounds so beautiful. So on a whim, I just said, oh, well, Spirit says, turn the pages. And I said, oh, okay, because Normally, I get it and I just sit down and I say, okay, but I don't normally go through the book and do everything, because I just like to just look at the card, reflect on it, and be in it. But this time, it was like, no, I need you to look at the healing process of this. And I was like, okay. So I'm going to share this part with you. And before we jump into it, I want to make sure everyone has pen and paper because we're going to take down a code. And the code that I want, and I thought it was interesting because I said, well, today I'll do the codes for releasing things in the body. You know, if you're releasing attachments, releasing parasites, releasing things that are hanging on to the liver, things that are hanging on to the pancreas, things that's hanging on to the stomach. Um, so I said, well, why don't I just go ahead and do that? So there's one in here, and I think it's a long one. Hold on, I wrote it out. Interesting. There's this one. Remove. Okay, here it is. It's not super long. Um, so here's the code for this one. This one's going to work with energies of parasites, worms, etheric parasites. Now, etheric parasites like to hang out in the etheric energy of your your auric field. Okay, so this one is going to be 11 7 11 space 72 space 844. Okay, 11 space 72 space 844. That's that one. And then to kind of take you up and do a self attunement on yourself energetically, that's going to be 8 space 408 space 7908 space 1302 space 45854 space 62287 space 11 11 1 space 8. Yeah, it's a lot, huh? Shall I say those numbers again? 8 space 408 space 7908 space 1302 space 45854 space 62287 space 11 11 1 space 8. There you go. All right. So we are on day 26, and today is the spectrum dragon energy of the kin. And the reason why I'm reading this and I'm showing you this is because with the amount of energy that's going on, and I'm going to share something with all of you here because someone validated it for me of what I was seeing. So I said, that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm seeing. And then it got validated. So I was like, okay. So the spectrum of the dragon, being is the function, nourish is the action, and power is the birth. Open your being to the food of life. I dissolve with the purpose of nourishing, liberating beings, seal the entrance of birth. This is ruled by Neptune energy, directed by the larynx of chakra and the fountain of life and the origins of water. representing the primary sound of creation, the invisible essence. Okay. The reason why I read that because of the fact that it had the red spectrum dragon on it. And I said, yeah, it's new moon. We're in a lot of the dragon energy that's coming in. And that's what's bringing its energy in. So I came across something that I was kind of like thinking of. And I said, I look at this map things, and it was on here on YouTube, someone talking about, well, if 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 California had an earthquake and this is going to push up all this water and most of California is going to be gone. And then parts of Arizona is going to be gone. So it's going to take out a lot of the West Coast. So I remember when I saw that, I was like, no, and this was a couple weeks ago when I saw this. And then just a few days ago, I was just sitting on my purple little pillow thing. I was sitting, just sitting kind of milling around. And I just had this image of like a tidal wave thing. And I said, what is that? And what am I seeing? And I saw an X over it, like not happening. And I said, oh, and then all of a sudden I saw under the water, I saw these devices on certain parts underneath in the ocean. And I said, oh, yeah, that was an old timeline where they were going to go ahead and lay these different type of things onto plate areas to create this tidal wave thing, this tsunami. But that's not going to happen. Exactly what I said. In my mind, I was like, that's not going to happen. And then today, somebody had brought up, oh, it was Janine. It was Janine. She, I like how she tags her videos now because I saw her come up on my feed and I said, oh, Janine's doing dailies. And then when she said, if you're watching this and that means somebody stole it and da 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 da, and it's not on my website, if you're out there stealing people's material, that's bad. You're going to pay a price for that. Okay, I'm just letting you know. You're going to pay a price. And you're doing it at the wrong time. That is it's tracking your energy that you've imprinted on what you're doing. Now, unless she gave permission to this person to release it or something like that, I don't know, but I think it's kind of weird. But she did track her video in that way. Like I should say today is March 10th on a Sunday, you know. Um but I find it really interesting that she said, and she did a read on it because somebody asked a question about if we got hit by an earthquake. They're saying that the water would be so much it would just cancel out all of California. Well, it's not going to happen because there's just too much powerful people who decided to stay, light workers who decided to stay, who have been upgraded to fight. This is Lemuria, and we're not going to let things go the way they were like last time. That's not happening. So that energy must have been getting dealt with because yesterday I heard so many helicopters, so many planes flying over, so many helicopters, so many jets flying. And I said, oh, it's cloudy for a reason because they don't want us to see all the activity going on above us. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot going on. So in that dimensional energy timeline, there's all this stuff going on. So it's like, okay. So things were being dealt with as they should be. So looking at my calendar and I'm saying, okay, so 9 days from now, we're going to be stepping into the spring equinox. And I'm like, okay, so we got that. Then in a short period of time, 4 days, we're going to be starting the 10-day wave energy. Those of you that are going to be staying on, please, you need to do the 13moon.com. Go there and find out your kin, so you know what your kin is. Once you find out what your kin is, which is the symbol signature of your galactic signature here, you'll be able to follow along for the next 10 days straight and find out if your kin is actually going to be one of them that activates during that 10 days. So if you completed the 30-day of the gratitude challenge, that means doing your shadow work. That means giving thanks for whatever the shadow was that came up to the surface so that you can heal it. That means stepping into medicine, expanding your awareness of yourself. You're on the right track. And thank you for being a part of Be So Light. So, if you started late, you're still good to go. If you want to say, okay, yeah, I came in 10 days ago, say like came in 10 days ago. So you're going to add on an extra 10 days, but you're going to keep going all the way through the galactic work of 10 days. Okay. If you decide you don't want to do that, you just want to do the galactic thing for 10 days, you can do that too. No problem. But I want to give everyone an opportunity to be prepared. So when we start this, you're not sitting back saying, well, how do you get the kid? How do you get your signature? I'm already telling you, you have to go to 13moon.com, okay, and put this in, and then you will see on the webpage, it'll say birth date decoder. Put in your birth date, it will give you your signature. Please go through and read the whole thing. You'll read the signature part, and then the side, when you see like the dots and stuff like this, where is it? The dots, that's your tone. Okay, that's the tone vibration of the signature, so that it will tell you what that tone is, what that frequency, the tone, the meaning of that. So you will have it. Okay, so now I got that out. I showed you that. I gave you your codes. And remember, you can put your codes on water. If you have a a tattoo marker, you can write them on your body and use them. I like to write it on my body and use it at night, sitting there like one of the, just what is it, write it on myself and then go to sleep at night and it's on me. And then if you want to get the app, it's this one right here, and that one is Alma Maya. So okay, Alma Maya, and that's for your galactic kin. And I'll put in here and go, okay. Um, and do your 13moon.com. I already showed you that, so that's your homework assignment. Do that. Um, okay, so I got you that. So now, so my reading was really awesome. I loved it. I said, wow, it's really cool. But I want to read you this. So when I did it, it was kind of interesting. I had like this, I was trying to hurry up and get done, and I had this like little bit. And with the amount of energy of everything that I'm feeling, I had that all right in here. And I just was like, what is that I'm feeling? So when I went through and I read this, it says there's a healing process in here. Okay. Earth Earth Warrior Oracle. I love that. By Alana Fairchild. She's so good. Um, so this one, she gives you like in the reading, she gives you the spiritual guidance, and then she gives you the medicine. I like how she does it. very, gives the medicine, gives, all the wonderful things that goes along with it. So for this number 28 with this hummingbird, okay, I want you to listen to this and just when you hear this, if you want to say it along with me, then great, or listen to it first, then come back and say it. Just in case if you want to hear what it is. I don't know what's going on. One of my eyes is doing the blue tint thing. I've been a little different since I came back from the meeting with the ancient priestess on that realm. Yeah, there's been some interesting things going on with me. Very much so. And the things that I've been seeing lately has been very interesting. What can I say? Okay, so it says, rest quietly and be aware of your heart as you place your hand lightly on your chest. Okay, and say out loud, I call upon the sacred testimony of all perfect ones who have laid down their blood for the very purpose for which I have been born. I bear witness to their sacred testimony of love in the spiritual realms as they call out for the cleansing of my bloodline. No impediment can stand against my divine fulfillment. So, after you hear this, you allow your heart to feel relaxed and peaceful. And without it having to make a logical sense, allow yourself to speak from your heart now by saying this. I ask for divine forgiveness for my own transgressions and for the transgressions within my ancestral line. From the beginning of time, I open my heart with genuine remorse for all violations against love that I and my ancestors have ever made. So you relax as you connect with your heart space and then continue by saying this. Pure sacrificial blood of the Sacred Heart has already been shed for our souls. The spiritual blood of unconditional love beating in the living Sacred Heart washes through my own heart and bloodline now, back in back to the beginning of time. So now this part, after you say this, is going to go into this will invoke the energy release from your blood, which you may feel if you are attuned to subtle energies. Rest and allow this to happen without attachment or analyzing it. Even if you don't consciously sense something taking place, it will be happening. When you are ready, complete the process with the following statement. Through the intercessions of the divine blood testimony from the purest sacred heart, all impediments have been answered, grace flowing, and divine love manifests. So be it. So, in that blood testimony from the purest sacred heart, all of the impediments have been answered. Grace flows and divine love manifests. So be it. Finish with your hands in prayer. If there is any emotional release that follows this process in your dreams or in your daily life, take a moment and place one hand on your heart, reconnecting with the feeling of love and peace within. Know that this is a continuation of healing release and that it will be subtle, leaving more space for grace and fulfillment to flow through you. You have completed this healing process. I just love that because as I was reading during my read and I was putting all the other cards together and I was doing it, I said, wow, this is really cool. So I did that. And after I did it, I just felt this like nice little release. And I said, So what's happening with this new moon, and a lot are talking about it, and Leo talks about it, there's going to be things coming up. But at the same time, there's things of the past that comes up. It's that spiral of the self that brings things up to the surface so that you can deal with it. So many of us have been dealing with things where we just stay quiet on it and we just put things in perspective and say, oh, that was the past. And you just kind of keep on going and you don't say anything about it. You just keep it going. But there comes a time when you have to look at it and dive into it and heal it and release it. Because the healing's not just for yourself, it's for your bloodline, it's for your generation, it's for your ancestors, it's even for your mother, father's cellular memory of yourself. You are that. You are a part of all of that. Everything is connected to you in that sense. So if there's something that was done and is a part of your bloodline, doing that is releasing that and clearing that energy, is allowing your body to release that. So I find it really interesting that this came up, and is that energy of empowering grace. It's that energy of holding it. So one of the things that I find with this challenge has been staying present, being in the presence. To show up every day to do this, I'm being present, I'm being in the moment, I'm being of service. And then some people probably just dropped off. They just said, "Oh, I can't do it. I give up," or what have you. Because I can tell if the numbers just kind of went down, and then the ones that are staying into it. So I hope to see those of you that might want to do something shorter that might fit your vibrational level to complete, that you'll still get a lot out of it, because this is the energy that you really want to really put it down before we go into the spring equinox, before we walk through that door and turn it. And to be able to say, okay, this is what I planted. This is what I've been working on. I've removed the blocks, that I gotten things out of my way. This is what it is. If anything shows up, I am able to have good boundaries. I am able to say no. I am able to say yes to me and be able to step through and keep going and keep my frequency up. Every single one of us is going to get tested in this. We're going to have a blast from the past. That's the test. Can this be an old boyfriend or old girlfriend? Can you rekindle things again? Should you rekindle things again? Don't forget this. They're ex for a reason. Okay? They are your ex boyfriend or ex girlfriend or ex love partner for a reason. You left for a reason. Okay? If they have not improved themselves, have not healed themselves, and you go back into it, what do you think is going to happen? That is the test. Okay? Same with a job. You might have left a job 2 or 3 years ago, and now this job comes back talking about, hi, we want to know if you like to come and work for us again. Did they change? Are they paying people better? Are you going to get more this time around? Did they make a quantum leap into the higher vibration? Because if they didn't do that and they're going to come and offer you pennies on a dollar, say no and walk away. It can't even be pennies on a dollar anymore, because the dollar's not even working for us anymore. So I don't know, but just say no. That's where all this testing is. It's all about what is going to be the distraction for you. What's going to cause you to feel like, oh, I'm just going to kind of dive into this, and I'm just going to bloody hell trust it. It's like, no, you're going to take a look at it and you're just going to really see if that's something you need to be aligned with or not. What's it's you got to also look at trickster energy. What's in it for whoever or whatever the energy is trying to get something out of it, out of you. Okay. So it's like everyone has to be on their best connection of themselves, of their alignment to make sure that this doesn't turn out to be a moment of, oh, hell. What did I just do? What did I just get involved in? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's the first card. I do want to pull the other cards so that you will have it. Let me show you what I got when I went to the crystal store. Purple lepidolite. I was just walking around in there after I did the taping, and my apologies. It didn't come out as good like I wanted it to, but it's okay. It's just one of those things where, depending on where you are, if it interferes with the Wi-Fi system in their thing. But yeah, lepidolite. This was $25. Look how big that is. Yeah, this gives a whole new meaning to a palm stone, doesn't it? And you know why I got lepidolite? Because it felt so good, and because I know what's going on and how the energy is rolling, 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 rolling. Um, so I got the lepidolite, and I have another really old piece of lepidolite that's a lavender lepidolite. So emotional healing and balance, purification, serenity, relaxations, stress relief. Got your stress relief right here. Here you go. It's a water and all, especially the heart, fourth and third eye, sixth chakra. It works with all the chakra, but especially the heart and the third eye. So I just went ahead and said, I'm gonna get that. Because when I saw it, I said, that's a lepidolite? It's so big. I was like, yeah. And this is like more of a purple style. And then, like I said, I have more of a lavender lepidolite. So I went ahead and got that. So I already showed the hummingbird card. Let's talk about what needs to be healed as a consciousness in our group. So if you're coming to Visa Light, these are the cards for the new moon to help what you may need to reflect on. But the reads that I did today and sent out, oh, I like this already. They were good reads. I can't wait to see how the results turn out after you get to read. And I don't know, if you guys been really feeling kind of hungry lately, I've been having that hunger thing that comes and hits, and I'll eat. That's it. As long as I eat the rest of the day. So today was wash the hair, redo it. New moon energy day. I'm going to do that. Put in some nice sacred oils into the hair. Yeah, nobody probably knows that I'm on yet because I did it this way. Well, it was kind of weird. It was like there was some kind of weirdness going on with YouTube. So we talked about hummingbird. Well, I think it was really powerful for it to show up. And two cards representing hummingbird. I was like, okay, that's an important message, especially when you have two cards show up in your reading when you do a read for yourself. Mhm. Read for yourself. Okay, and then I'm going to pull from the Gil Tarot card from Gil. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, I like these cards. All right, let's start off with the healing card. And I love this, number 36. You have support. Some of you might be feeling like you don't have support. You do. You have support. You have support. You have support. Get out of your way. Stop thinking how it needs to look, how it needs to be. Just know you have support. You have support. And that energy is going to ring true for, I like to read their, it says, you are receiving more help from the heavenly host than you can imagine. You're receiving that. Give yourself time for any type of artistic and creative endeavors as you start to live more in harmony with yourself. You will find that support flows to you from every area of life. Okay, so you have support. The card we have is the Chariot. Here we are, having that balance, knowing the direction you're going into. The Chariot, where are you going to? Do you see yourself going? Number 7, Spirit. Spirit is guiding you. Okay. We have, I'm going to read that one last because that ties in with this one. Okay. We have an Ocean card, 21, the Maiden cards, and this is deep. How deep are we going emotionally? What's the deep of our emotions? The depth. The deep. She's got her crystals. She's got her seashells on top. The deep. What is the deep to you? How deep do you want to go? We have White Buffalo. It's about to get real. Okay, this is a second 7 that is popping up. Spirit's energy, second 7. Okay. We have a wasp. Sometimes life stings. Yes, I can't stand wasps. Wasps are those ones that like to just be annoying. They like to sting, and people like to target wasps to harm people, and that's not cool. Then there is the 12 reach. See if you can find the keys. There's beautiful dragonflies in this. Where's your key? Where's the key? Where's the key? How many keys are there? Make sure you see all the keys. How many keys are there? All right. And the last message for this new moon, number 21, manifesting magic. You are creating your life based on the intentions you send out into the universe. Come on, that's what we've been working on. That's what we have been working on. So, what are you sending out? And this ends the read. So, this is all the wonderful energy. I want you to sit in and think about, what are you really connecting yourself to and manifesting? And how do you see yourself having it? You know, um, I think that's the number one thing about when we create things for ourselves. You got to really see and feel yourself having it. You got to really see it. Okay. So you have your numbers, your codes. You have the info that I just gave you about going to 13moon.com, how to get the app on your phone so you can have it on your phone if you want it on your phone, as if you're going to participate. Because we're going straight from when this ends, straight into the next day, starting the 10-day galactic. Okay. And that's where you start really building. And we're taking this energy and anchoring it into what you are wanting to manifest for yourself. And it's all about anchoring it in and really creating that portal of manifestation containment for yourself and not sharing it with everybody underneath the moon because you don't need other people in your stuff and what you're doing. You kind of want to keep it to yourself. Okay. Um, and just manifest from there, especially if you got a negative Nancy or the ones I call the sabotage friends. They support you, but then they always want to talk you out of what you're doing and try to redirect you to do something like what they're doing. Those kind of people. Want to stay away from that kind of energy. Don't share your stuff with them because they will try to sabotage it. Because they're not celebrating you. They want you to be like them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna just say it like this. I'm sorry that some of you are going to have experiences that are going to really test you, make you not feel good. Um, but take a look at it. Don't overreact to it, but take a look at it and see what the message is in this. Is it time for you to move on? Is it time for you to say, you know what, I gotta close the door on this? Is it time for that? Okay. All right, lovelies. I'm gonna keep this short. I'm 40 minutes, a minute over. Be good to yourself. Much love. You're divinely aligned. You're divinely seen. You're divinely heard, and you're divinely loved. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's our Monday. Should it be Monday Magic or Monday Madness or what do we want to have? All right, and please let me know how some of you are doing. If you are definitely, excuse me, if you're definitely doing the frequency work, please let me know how you're doing with that. How you feel about that, and are you feeling the change in your body when you're doing it? Okay. So I would love to hear from you because I'm getting so much fantastic results from people who are just privately working with me and having their sessions. And the results are just, I'm very honored, very happy um, that I am staying focused. And it's not, this path is not easy for anyone who does light work. It's not an easy path. It's a path that commands you to go deep. It's a path that commands you to get rid of your shit. It's a path that makes you become that hollow bone person so you can be of the highest service. You came here to do this and you know you did because it's written in your stars. That's all there is to it. And you can try to negotiate and do opposite things of what you're not supposed to be doing or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still going to come up. It's still going to come knocking on your door. Hey, it's me. Remember how I wanted to get you to be of service before and you decided that you wanted to take that corporate job that left you all stressed out and now you're on pills trying not to have anxiety and mental breakdowns because it's so stressful, but you did it for the money. But I'm coming back to try to remind you of how creative you are. Are you ready yet? Oh, you're not ready yet? Okay, I'll be back. I'm back again, second time around. How you doing now? Oh, did you have to have that surgery because you're so stressed out? because you're still doing that job. Oh, well, you're still in that relationship that stressed you out and there's no love in it, but you keep thinking it's going to change. Oh, trust me. I didn't listen a lot of times and I just kept on doing it my way. And then finally, Spirit just says, you know what? You're not listening. We're going to put you on a big timeout. Yeah, we're going to take you out on a big timeout. You're not going to be able to do this job anymore. And we're going to set everything into place so you can't do it anymore. Yeah, that's how I ended up out of nursing. Being a floor nurse, being on the floor and doing all the floor and management nursing stuff, the management stuff was a little taxing. And yeah, yeah, the spirit don't be playing. Especially if you already took an oath and you said you would come here and be a part of the bigger picture, the bigger thing. But your humanness got involved and said, no, I want to be able to have mine. Live my life like this. Spirit says, okay, we'll see how long this lasts. But sooner or later, you're going to have to join the team. You're going to have to do, say it with me, the divine curriculum. All right, lovelies. I'll see you tomorrow. We're winding down. I think tomorrow is going to be our. We only have three more days or something after that. All right. So much love to all of you. Be happy. Be happy. Give thanks, for where you are right now, what you need to do. Give thanks for the healing that's on its way. Just give thanks. It's all lining up with you. If you have been doing the journey and you've been in this container, this sacred container, this space, you're going to see that happening because you're doing the work. You do the work, you'll see the results. Okay? All right. Much love to all of you. I'll see you tomorrow.